Hey, this is Dave Payne, Elk River Harmonicas, and I'm going to seal a comb. I used to take some sealant, like salad bowl finish, and a brush, and go over this real lightly, maybe 10 or 15 coats. And I don't do that anymore because somebody wrote in, several people wrote in and said, "Hey Dave, I totally ignored your advice and I just dunked it and it worked." So I tried it and they're right, it worked. So I've got a comb. This is a comb from a pre-war Seidel Bandmaster, the big one. Butcher's block oil, which I suppose salad bowl finish would also work, and a rag. You don't want to use too big of a can if you're going to dunk into the can. You don't want to use too big of a can because the more times you open one of these, the sooner it will set up in the can. So I might get down to right about here if I do it this way before it just starts setting up and it's too thick to use. So, alright, what we're going to do is just really dunk the comb into the sealant and then give it a little bit of time to drain off there, at least as much as we can get drained off. And so we'll dunk the other end. Because if you remember Achilles, the mama dumped him in the river of Styx, and it made him invulnerable. Except she was too lazy to pick him up by his, she picked him up by his feet the first time, and the other time she was too lazy to dunk his feet in, so that's how they wound up killing him. And same thing with combs. You gotta dunk them in both ways and get it everywhere. So looking in here, it looks fine to me. Alright, so now I'll just get the excess sealant off, close this up, and get the excess sealant off. Just gonna take the rag, fold it over, lay it down, put some pressure on it. That's just to get off the excess, because we want it to want the sealant to soak in the wood, and we want it to dry flat. So there will be a good mate between the reed plate and the comb. So that's looking pretty good. So what we're going to do is maybe do that after this dries a few hours or maybe overnight. We'll do probably two more dunks like that. And once that's all done, we'll take, open this back up, we'll take some sealant and just take a piece of paper, something like that. Get it on the sealant, and you want it to where it's just about ready to drip. And we're just going to drip a quick drip on the top here. Now what we want is we want sealant to pool on top here, on top of these comb teeth. And when it dries, it will make a nice, really smooth, glass-like round surface, which is really cool. And looks really, really nice too. It'll take several coats of doing that drip thing, because when the first coat's dry, it will dry up around the sides, and in the middle it'll look like there'll be a depression in the middle. So I mean, you got to keep filling that up until it's round. So that'll take a few times, and then afterwards, usually you need to flat sand this, especially if you're doing the thing on the comb teeth top, because inevitably there's always this sealant that spills around on the side, and that will make a flat sanding will take care of it. Whatever causes that little bit of bulge up there at the top, flat sanding will take care of it. And so I always like to flat sand before and flat sand after as well. And the after flat sand is usually just fairly light. But this will make a really nice comb. It'll make a tight plain comb and a really comfortable comb, especially after you sand, which actually I did here. I sanded the corners rounded a little bit on top of the comb teeth, and then we're putting this sealant up there and building up a nice round surface. So.